There is a fear that lives deep in the hearts of many of us as we grow older. It's not the fear of wrinkles or gray hair. It's a much more profound and primal fear. The fear of a sudden catastrophic event that could rob us of our independence, our memories, and our very essence in a single, terrifying moment. We are talking about the fear of a stroke. It is an event that often strikes without warning, a silent thief that can steal your ability to speak, to walk, to recognize the faces of your loved ones. We see it happen to friends, to family members, and we are left with a gnawing anxiety, a feeling of helplessness against a seemingly random and cruel twist of fate. The problem we are going to confront today is the silent, progressive disease that is the root cause of the vast majority of strokes. It's a condition that develops slowly, quietly, over decades, inside the very highways of our body, our arteries. We're talking about atherosclerosis, the gradual buildup of a sticky, fatty substance called plaque on the inner walls of our arteries. This plaque is not just a simple blockage. It is an active, inflamed, and dangerous substance that causes our once flexible arteries to become hard and narrow, a condition often called hardening of the arteries. We are told that this is a complex and inevitable part of aging, a battle to be fought with a barrage of powerful medications. We are given prescriptions for statins, for blood pressure pills, for blood thinners, and we are left to hope for the best. But what if this narrative of passive hope and pharmaceutical defense is dangerously incomplete? What if the primary battlefield in the war against stroke is not the pharmacy, but the kitchen? What if the most powerful weapons we have to protect our arteries, to reduce inflammation, and to even help stabilize and prevent the growth of this dangerous plaque are not found in a pill bottle, but in the produce aisle of our local grocery store? Today we are going to embark on a journey deep inside the human artery. We will uncover the true nature of plaque and demystify the process that leads to a stroke. We will expose the common dietary habits that are secretly accelerating this dangerous disease. And most importantly, we will reveal a specific category of delicious, vibrant, and incredibly powerful foods. Specifically, a group of remarkable fruits that, when eaten daily, can provide your arteries with a profound level of protection. This is not about miracle cures. This is about understanding the science of your own body and using the power of nature to build a cardiovascular system that is resilient, clean, and far less vulnerable to the catastrophic event we all fear. To understand how to prevent a stroke, we must first understand the battlefield. The inside of your arteries. A healthy artery is a magnificent thing. Its inner lining, a single layer of cells called the endothelium, is as smooth as polished glass. It is supple, flexible, and dynamic. This lining is not just a passive tube. It is an active, intelligent organ. It produces molecules that tell the blood vessels when to relax and widen, and when to constrict. The most important of these molecules is nitric oxide, which we will come to know as the superhero of our story. The disease process of atherosclerosis begins with damage to this delicate endothelial lining. Think of it as a tiny crack or scratch on that perfectly smooth surface. What causes this initial damage? The primary culprits are all too familiar. High blood pressure, which puts a constant shearing force on the artery walls. High blood sugar, which is like bathing the lining in a sticky, inflammatory syrup. And smoking, which introduces thousands of toxic chemicals directly into the bloodstream. Once this damage occurs, your body initiates what it thinks is a healing response. It sends a type of bad cholesterol, called LDL cholesterol, to the site of the injury to patch it up. The problem arises when this LDL cholesterol becomes oxidized. You can think of oxidation as a form of cellular rust. Just as metal rusts when exposed to oxygen, LDL cholesterol becomes damaged and toxic when it is attacked by unstable molecules called free radicals. This oxidized LDL is the truly dangerous stuff. It is no longer a simple patch, it is an irritant. Your immune system sees this oxidized LDL as a foreign invader and sends in a cleanup crew of white blood cells called macrophages to engulf it. These macrophages gorge themselves on the oxidized LDL, becoming what are known as foam cells. These foam cells are the building blocks of plaque. They begin to accumulate at the site of the injury, burrowing into the artery wall. Over years and decades, this collection of foam cells, along with other cellular debris, calcium, and fibrous tissue, grows into a plaque deposit. This plaque does two dangerous things. First, it physically narrows the artery, reducing the amount of space for blood to flow through. If this happens in the carotid arteries in your neck, it can reduce blood flow to the brain. If it happens in the coronary arteries of your heart, it can cause chest pain or angina. But the second and far more dangerous aspect of plaque is its instability. These plaques are not hard, inert bumps. They are often soft, inflamed, and covered by a thin, fragile cap. If this cap ruptures, the body perceives it as a major injury and does what it is designed to do. It forms a blood clot to seal the wound. And this is the moment of catastrophe. This suddenly formed blood clot can completely block the already narrowed artery, cutting off all blood flow. If this happens in an artery leading to the brain, it causes an ischemic stroke. Brain cells, starved of oxygen and nutrients, begin to die within minutes. This is the mechanism that causes the vast majority of strokes. The simple, profound, and hopeful truth is this. If we can prevent that initial damage to our artery walls, if we can prevent our LDL cholesterol from becoming oxidized, and if we can reduce the inflammation that makes plaques unstable, we can dramatically reduce our risk of ever having a stroke. And this is where the power of fruit comes in. Before we introduce the heroes of our story, the fruits that can protect our arteries, we must first identify the dietary villains that are actively working against us. These are the foods and eating habits that promote the very damage and inflammation we are trying to prevent. The undisputed arch-villain of arterial health is trans fats. These are artificially created fats found in many processed foods, fried foods, and baked goods, often listed on labels as partially hydrogenated oil. Trans fats are a poison to your endothelium. They directly cause inflammation, raise your levels of the bad LDL cholesterol, and simultaneously lower your levels of the good HDL cholesterol, which is responsible for clearing excess cholesterol out of your arteries. There is no safe level of consumption for artificial trans fats. They are the fastest way to accelerate the process of atherosclerosis. The second villain is, of course, excess sugar and refined carbohydrates. As we mentioned, high blood sugar is incredibly damaging to the endothelial lining. It also contributes to the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, turning it from a simple patching material into a dangerous irritant. A diet high in sugary drinks, white bread, pastries, and processed snacks is a diet that is constantly fueling the fires of inflammation within your arteries. The third villain is an excess of processed and red meats. These are often high in saturated fats, which can raise LDL cholesterol levels. Furthermore, the high-heat cooking methods often used for these meats can create inflammatory compounds. A diet that is very heavy in these foods, at the expense of plant-based foods, can tip the scales towards a more pro-inflammatory state in the body. Finally, there is the silent villain of nutrient deficiency. When our diet lacks the key protective compounds found in whole plant foods, the antioxidants, the vitamins, the minerals, the fiber, our arteries are left defenseless against the daily onslaught of oxidative stress and inflammation. By avoiding these villains and intentionally flooding our bodies with the heroes, we can fundamentally shift the internal environment of our arteries from one of constant damage and inflammation to one of healing and protection. Now let's turn to our heroes. The reason certain fruits are so powerfully protective for our arteries is that they are nature's most concentrated source of a class of compounds called antioxidants and polyphenol. Think back to our discussion of oxidized LDL cholesterol, that rusted cholesterol that is the root of plaque formation. Antioxidants are your body's anti-rust formula. They are generous molecules that freely donate an electron to the unstable free radicals, neutralizing them before they can do any damage. By consuming a diet rich in antioxidants, you are essentially creating a protective shield around your LDL cholesterol particles, preventing them from becoming the toxic, plaque-forming substance. The polyphenol in fruit also have a profound anti-inflammatory effect, helping to calm the simmering fire within your artery walls and making the existing plaques more stable and less likely to rupture. So, which fruits are the superstars? Let's begin with perhaps the most extensively studied and powerful category for artery health: the berries. All berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, are bursting with a type of polyphenol called anthocyanins. These are the pigments that give berries their beautiful, deep red, blue, and purple colors. Anthocyanins are antioxidant powerhouses. But they do more than just prevent LDL oxidation. They have been shown to directly improve the function of the endothelium, that delicate lining of your arteries. They help to increase the production of our superhero molecule, nitric oxide, which tells your arteries to relax and widen, improving blood flow and lowering blood pressure. One large-scale study from the Harvard School of Public Health found that women who ate at least 3 servings of blueberries and strawberries a week had a significantly lower risk of heart attack, which shares the same underlying disease process as stroke. A daily serving of mixed berries, whether fresh or frozen, is one of the most delicious and powerful habits you can adopt for your arterial health. Our next hero is a fruit that is often associated with heart health, but its benefits extend deeply into the prevention of stroke. The pomegranate. The pomegranate is unique. It contains a combination of powerful antioxidants, including punicalagins and anthocyanins, that work together synergistically. Research on pomegranate juice has been nothing short of astonishing. Studies have shown that regular consumption can significantly reduce the thickness of the carotid artery wall, a direct measurement of the progression of atherosclerosis. It appears to work by dramatically reducing oxidative stress and protecting the nitric oxide molecule from being broken down, thus enhancing its blood vessel relaxing effects. As with berries, it is crucial to consume the whole fruit or 100% pure juice with no added sugar. The vibrant ruby red seeds, called arils, are wonderful sprinkled on salads, yogurt, or oatmeal. Let's move on to the humble but mighty citrus fruits: oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and limes. Citrus fruits are famous for their high content of vitamin C. Vitamin C is a cornerstone antioxidant that works throughout the body, but it is particularly important for the health of our blood vessels. It is essential for the production of collagen, the protein that gives our arteries their strength and flexibility. A deficiency in vitamin C can lead to weakened blood vessels. Furthermore, vitamin C helps to regenerate other antioxidants in the body, including vitamin E, acting as a team captain for your body's entire antioxidant defense force. Citrus fruits also contain a class of flavonoids, such as hesperidin, which have been shown to lower blood pressure and improve endothelial function. Starting your day with a whole orange or a glass of water with a squeeze of fresh lemon is a simple way to flood your system with these protective compounds. A word of caution: grapefruit and grapefruit juice can interact with a number of medications, including some statins and blood pressure drugs, so it is crucial to speak with your doctor or pharmacist if you are on any medications before making grapefruit a regular part of your diet. We cannot have a discussion about artery health without mentioning the everyday champion: the apple. The old saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away," has a profound basis in science, especially when it comes to stroke prevention. Apples are a fantastic source of a specific type of soluble fiber called pectin. In your digestive system, pectin binds to cholesterol and helps to carry it out of the body, which can help to lower your overall LDL cholesterol levels. But the real magic of apples lies in their skin. The skin is packed with powerful polyphenol, particularly a flavonoid called quercetin. Quercetin is a potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. It helps to prevent LDL oxidation and has been shown to have a blood pressure lowering effect. This is why it is so important to eat the whole apple, skin and all. One large study that followed women for many years found that those who regularly ate apples had a lower risk of stroke. Let's journey to the tropics for our next hero, the avocado. Yes, botanically speaking, the avocado is a fruit, and it is a unique and powerful one for arterial health. Unlike most fruits, the avocado's primary nutrient is not carbohydrate, but a healthy monounsaturated fat. This is the same type of heart-healthy fat found in olive oil. This fat has been shown to lower bad LDL cholesterol, while simultaneously raising good HDL cholesterol. The avocado is also an incredibly rich source of our friend potassium. Potassium is the essential mineral that helps your body to excrete excess sodium, which is a primary driver of high blood pressure. By helping to manage your blood pressure, avocados directly reduce one of the main forces that damages your artery walls. They are also packed with fiber and a wealth of antioxidants. Adding a quarter or a half of an avocado to your daily salad or toast is a delicious way to support your arteries with a unique combination of healthy fats, fiber, and pressure-regulating potassium. Finally, we must talk about a fruit that is often overlooked in discussions of heart health, but is a true powerhouse: the kiwi. This small, fuzzy fruit is an absolute superstar when it comes to vitamin C, packing even more per ounce than an orange. As we know, vitamin C is critical for collagen production and antioxidant defense. Kiwis are also a good source of vitamin E, another powerful antioxidant that specifically helps to protect fats, like LDL cholesterol, from oxidative damage. Some intriguing studies have also suggested that eating 2 to 3 kiwis a day can have a blood-thinning effect, reducing the risk of clot formation, and can also help to lower triglyceride levels, another type of fat in the blood that can contribute to atherosclerosis. So, how do we integrate this knowledge into a practical, daily strategy? The goal is not to just pick one of these fruits and eat it exclusively. The true power lies in diversity. Each of these fruits contains a unique profile of antioxidants and polyphenol that work on different pathways in the body. By eating a variety of them, you are creating a symphony of protection for your arteries. Imagine a daily artery shield plan. You could start your day with a bowl of oatmeal topped with a handful of mixed berries and a tablespoon of ground flaxseed for an extra omega-3 boost. For a mid-morning snack, you could have a crisp apple with its skin. With your lunch, you could have a side salad that includes a quarter of a sliced avocado. In the afternoon, instead of a sugary snack, you could have a juicy orange or a couple of kiwis. And in the evening, you could sprinkle some pomegranate seeds on your yogurt for dessert. This is not a restrictive diet, it is a diet of abundance. It is about crowding out the artery-damaging processed foods by flooding your plate with these delicious, life-giving fruits. It is also crucial to remember that these fruits work best as part of a holistic approach. You can eat all the berries in the world, but if you are still smoking, it will be an uphill battle. If your blood pressure remains uncontrolled, the damage will continue. These fruits are not a replacement for medical care. They are a powerful partner to it. They are a way for you to take an active, daily role in the health of your own arteries. Let's be clear about what we are trying to achieve. We are not just trying to lower a cholesterol number. We are trying to change the entire environment inside our blood vessels. We are moving from a pro-inflammatory, pro-oxidative state to an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant-rich state. This is what truly protects you. This is what keeps plaques from forming in the first place. This is what keeps the plaques that may already be there stable and dormant. And this is what ultimately keeps your arteries open and clear, ensuring that your brain receives a constant, uninterrupted supply of the oxygen-rich blood it needs to thrive. The journey to preventing a stroke is a marathon, not a sprint. It is built upon the small, wise choices you make every single day. Every time you choose an apple over a cookie, every time you add a handful of blueberries to your breakfast, you are casting a vote for the health of your arteries. You are sending a wave of healing, protective compounds through your bloodstream. You are actively participating in the process of building a body that is resilient to disease. The fear of a stroke can be paralyzing, but knowledge is the antidote to fear. You now have the knowledge. You now understand the process, and you now have a simple, delicious, and powerful strategy to protect yourself. The power to build healthier arteries is not in some far-off medical breakthrough. It is in your hands, in your kitchen, and in your next meal.